I have had disordered eating for a long time, since my teens, but I didn't decide to get help until last year, and I am in my 30s now, so it's been a really long time. Guess I didn't realize how severe it was. I didn't know that I needed the help. I think the reason that I decided to get help was because there was a lot of concern coming from my family and friends, and I don't think that alone would have been enough to make me get help. There was a big push from my therapist, and I think that once I realized that I didn't have any of that um, joy in my life anymore and the drive to do what I used to enjoy, I just knew that I needed to get help. She went online and started looking for some different places, and she researched them first, and she really actually kind of nudged me in this direction. She said, there's a few different places, a few different options that I think you'd enjoy. You look at them and you let me know. And I went through the list and I landed on this one, and I thought that it looked amazing. I thought it sounded amazing, and it sounded like the right fit for me. And so I sent her my choice, and she said, "That's exactly the one I was thinking of for you." Of course, the environment is beautiful here, and I'm someone that really connects with nature, and it's really important to me. And I felt that that would be a good place to heal. We do a lot of things outdoors. Obviously, during our breaks, we'll come out and we'll sit in the rocking chairs and just kind of talk to each other. There is a fire pit, so sometimes we'll have a fire, do s'mores, that sort of thing. There's a trail as well. Sometimes we'll go for walks out on the trail. We go for walks down to get the mail or to see the goats. There's a tree house, so we'll go to the tree house as well. And there's a nice size yard out here, so sometimes people just want to come out by themselves as well and just kind of walk around and enjoy the birds are absolutely gorgeous. I will sit out here in the morning and just listen to them. It's absolutely amazing out here. There's rocking chairs out front. You can sit out front, and there's a field of cows and horses, and it's just incredible the amount of nature that you can appreciate. It's really healing, to be out here and have all this at your disposal to help you. Something that also was important to me was the fact that it was inclusive and open to everybody. So I am bisexual, and there were several places that I was looking at. I think I maybe saw one other place that mentioned something like that in their on their website, and so it didn't seem like something that anybody focused on or felt it was important to mention. Whereas, when I looked at EDS, it was something that they felt was really important and that they made sure was mentioned and forefront to the people that were considering coming here. Which, when you're in a place where you're trying to heal, you want to know that the environment that you're in is going to accept you the way that you are. Because a lot of times you're in a place, you have grown up in an environment that doesn't accept you for who you are. And the last thing that you want to do is try to heal from all of the trauma and all of the hurt and all of the things that you've gone through in another environment like that. One of the first things that I noticed was that they do ask what sort of pronouns, someone uses when they get here. They're very careful to use those pronouns as well, and they make sure that when you get to the facility that you can introduce yourself, you can introduce your pronouns, and that the people here, the other clients here, are aware and are respectful of those as well. As you can see, I like to dress in bright rainbows, and you can express yourself how you like to be. it's respected here. And I think that that's extremely important. And I love that everybody here can be themselves. So I will say it's going to be different for everybody. But a few things that work for me, there's something that I call rainbow. It is literally just me going through the rainbow itself in order, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and I find something in each color. And all it is a distraction. So I might have this problem that's causing me a lot of anxiety. And if I can divert my attention to finding something in each color of the rainbow, I'm no longer fixated on that problem that's causing me all of that anxiety. And I just repeat the process as many times as I need to until I've calmed myself down enough and I'm breathing properly again. And then if I need to, I can go back to that problem and kind of look at it with a fresh perspective. That one works really well for me. Another one, and this one was actually really hard for me to utilize at all, and it seems so simple, but reaching out to somebody, I wouldn't do it for the life of me. Just texting or calling someone, that simple, that I wouldn't do it. But now that I have done it a few times, I find it so much easier. Journaling, going outside is huge for me. I love being outdoors. Being around my animals, I love that. And then there is the deep breathing and the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which for everybody, they do it in a different order. 5 things you see, 4 things you smell, 3 things you can touch. It's all different for everybody. They do it in a different order. But those are my go-tos. I thought, maybe I could come in here and maybe not all my problems would disappear, but they'd be on some level fixed and I could go home and be okay and I'd be happy. But it's not that simple. It's never really that simple. I will say that the clinical staff does a great job of laying out the expectation that there is always a possibility of relapse. They don't want you to come in here and think that you are going to come in and you're going to be cured and you're going to go home and you're never going to struggle again. And they lay that out from day one. But I think I realized that, and it took me a while, but I think I realized that I had to work through a lot of the things that I just kept buried for so long in order to achieve that happiness that I wanted to get back to. It wasn't just coming in, going to groups, doing everything on the schedule. It was that I had to really, really dig deep and work for it. I knew what I needed to do. It was just a matter of me being able and willing to do it. I knew that I needed to be vulnerable. It's just that I wasn't at the point where I was ready to be vulnerable. I think there was some relief at first because I thought, this is all that I'm meant to have. I was still really depressed and really angry at a lot of people, and I thought that was all that I was meant to have. So I felt the relief of being able to go back to those behaviors. I felt some shame because I had gone through the program and the treatment and I was doing IOP. I felt a little confusion because I thought, I did all of these things and I've seen other people do these things and it worked for them, and why didn't it work for me? And I felt panic because I gotten a little bit of that want to have my life back again, but I didn't know how to get it all the way back yet. So I was kind of torn at that point. I think that's what made me, when my my treatment team at the IOP center told me, you need to go into a higher level of care. I think that's why I jumped on it so quickly, because I still felt kind of lost at that point. Everybody was very welcoming. I mean, they said, "We're sorry that you're back because of the reason you're back, but we're very happy to see you." Like I said, I felt a bit of shame and guilt coming back here, but coming back to the environment and the people that I did made it that much easier. I think really what did it for me was just the way that I was welcomed back, and there was no judgment on their part, and the shift in my attitude. It was that desire to have joy again. It was the drive behind it. It was that, I'm gonna get it this time. It was just I want to be happy. I know what I want. I was so lost last time. I knew that I couldn't keep going. I knew that I was making myself so sick, but I didn't know how to get what I wanted, and I didn't even really know what I wanted. I just knew I was lost and angry. I don't have enough good words for the staff. I mean, I'm trying not to tear up because they are like a huge part of what has made my recovery so special. Both times that I've been here, if it weren't for them pushing me and walking with me, sitting with me when I struggled, and reminding me of, who I am and my worth and what I was doing it for and who I was doing it for. And, the sessions that we had, I don't think that I could have done it. I mean, they are, if you come here for no other reason, come here for the staff. Obviously, come here for your recovery, but the staff is amazing. You can't get better staff anywhere. I don't know if I can describe how I feel. I think I finally am on the path that I want to be on. I won't say that I've achieved happiness, because I think happiness is like a journey. It's not really a destination. But I'm actually enjoying life again. I feel that happiness. I feel that joy on a day-to-day basis. I don't feel that heavy depression weighing me down anymore, and I feel like I can actually open up and talk to people about the things that I kept, inside of me for most of my life. So I think that I'm where I want to be. To somebody out there, you mean everything. You mean everything to them. And they're seeing you struggle, and they're worried about you. And if all you do is pick up the phone and call somebody, or if all you do is send that email, it will make all the difference in the world in your life. It will make all the difference in the world, and you can get your life back. Just make that first step. Just do it. I promise you it's worth it.